Sometimes God's form is not only compassionate, but also fierce, and Narasimha Avatar is a powerful example of that intense divinity. The question is, why was Narasimha Avatar so terrifying? Was it only anger, or was there a deeper secret of Dharma behind it? To understand this story, we must first understand the arrogance that challenged the entire universe. Hiranyakashipu was a powerful Asura king. Through severe penance, he received a boon from Lord Brahma, and that boon made his pride grow even greater. He performed such intense penance that even the gods became afraid. Finally, Lord Brahma appeared before him. Hiranyakashipu did not ask directly for immortality, but he asked for a boon that made it seem as if death could never come near him. Death should not come by man or animal, not by day or night, not inside the house or outside, not on earth or in the sky. From that moment, his arrogance became monstrous. He began to believe that no one in the world was greater than him. He declared himself God. An order spread across the kingdom. Only Hiranyakashipu would be worshipped now. But in that very palace lived a child who, despite being a prince, refused to bow before his father's command. That child was Prahlad, son of Hiranyakashipu, but in his heart only a devotee of Lord Vishnu. For Prahlad, Lord Vishnu was not only a deity, he was his life, his faith, and his complete shelter. Even when he was sent to the royal Gurukul, only the name of Narayana came from his lips. He was not only a devotee himself, he also began teaching others the path of devotion. When this news reached Hiranyakashipu, his anger erupted. He could not accept that his own son stood against him. The father asked, "Prahlad, who is the greatest?" And the child fearlessly replied, "Lord Vishnu is the greatest." That answer struck Hiranyakashipu's ego. For him, it was not only disobedience, but humiliation. Then began a series of cruelties. Sometimes Prahlad was given poison, sometimes placed before elephants, sometimes thrown from a height, but every time Prahlad survived. Because he was not protected by his own strength, but by his devotion. The cruelty kept increasing, but Prahlad's faith did not break. The greater the danger became, the brighter his trust grew. Then came Holika. She had a boon that fire could not burn her, and she was ordered to sit in fire with Prahlad in her lap. The fire blazed, but the result was reversed. Devotee Prahlad was saved, and Holika herself was burned. Now Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether a child stood before him or the end of his arrogance stood before him. Finally, one day that moment arrived when Hiranyakashipu called Prahlad before him and asked the final question. He asked, "If your Vishnu is everywhere, is he in this pillar too?" Prahlad answered calmly, "Yes, my Lord is here too." Hearing this, Hiranyakashipu's anger crossed every limit. He struck the pillar with his mace, and then something happened that shook creation itself. From inside the pillar came a strange, terrifying, divine roar. It was neither the roar of a man nor of an animal. It was the call of Dharma, arriving to end injustice. From the pillar appeared Lord Narasimha, half man, half lion, a form no one had ever seen before. This is where the answer to our question begins. Narasimha's form was terrifying because it was not an ordinary avatar, but the fierce protection because Hiranyakashipu's boon could not be broken by any ordinary form. Narasimha was neither fully human nor fully animal. In that very moment, the first condition of Brahma's boon was broken. The time was twilight, neither day nor night. The second boundary of the boon also ended there. Narasimha caught him at the doorway, neither inside the house nor outside. Then the Lord placed him on his lap, neither on the earth nor in the sky. And finally, not with a weapon, but with his claws, he destroyed him. In this way, every condition of the boon lost before Dharma. But the terrifying form of Narasimha Avatar was not limited only to the killing of the tyrant. There was another deeper reason behind it. This anger was not only against one Asura, It was against the adharma that tortured a devotee, kept innocence in fear, and placed itself above God. Seeing this fierce form of God, even the gods became afraid. No one had the courage to go near him. Then everyone's eyes turned toward Prahlad, the same child for whom God had appeared from the pillar. There was no fear in Prahlad's heart. He recognized his Lord, no matter how fierce the form appeared. He bowed at Narasimha's feet. The humility of the devotee touched that blazing divine fire. Slowly, the Lord's anger began to calm, because where pure devotion exists, even God's fiercest form becomes compassionate. Here lies the softest truth of this story. The form that was terrifying for the asura became the safest shelter for the devotee. So Narasimha Avatar was terrifying because sometimes adharma must be stopped with a force that makes injustice tremble. This avatar teaches us that God is not only loving, but also just. When a devotee is in danger, he can take a form beyond ordinary limits. The end of Hiranyakashipu was not only the end of a demon, it was the end of arrogance, cruelty, and pride that stood against God. And Prahlad's victory was not only the victory of a child, it was the victory of unbreakable devotion. So remember, God's terrifying form is never a reason for fear for a devotee. It is a shield of protection. One who is connected to God cannot ultimately be defeated by any power of the world. Narasimha Avatar teaches us that when injustice crosses its limit, even God's wrath is a form of compassion. Fierce on the outside, merciful within, that is the secret of Narasimha Avatar. Prahlad's story also teaches us that true devotion does not break because of circumstances. It becomes stronger in crisis. If darkness ever grows in life, remember Prahlad. And if injustice grows, remember Narasimha. If this story has touched your heart, pause for a moment and bow to Lord Narasimha and devotee Prahlad. Like this video with devotion so that such sacred stories can reach more people. Share it with your family, friends, and fellow devotees so that this message of devotion and courage can travel far. And if you want to hear more mythological, emotional, and devotional stories like this, subscribe to our channel with devotion. May Lord Narasimha remove fear from your life and bless you with unshakable faith like devotee Prahlad. Jai Narasimha Dev, Jai Bhakt Prahlad. We will meet again in the next sacred episode.